This is the beginning of 24 hours of train travel. It started out okay, but you know, as a travel anxious girl, I was immediately pressed by the 10 minutes I had to change my train. But I am trying to keep calm, and luckily everything worked out. This is a good time to tell you where I'm going, I guess. I was invited to the BIOFACH trade fair in Nuremberg in Germany, which is the world's biggest organic food trade fair. And you're not about to see me fly to Germany, of course. Are you kidding? Oh no, baby. It's trains all the way. I got a lot of work done, and honestly, I am my most productive self when I'm sitting on a train. It's like I can focus on my tasks without all those typical distractions. So in reality, the 12 hours there flew by faster than I thought. Okay, in all honesty, the last 30 minutes, I was very eager to get some fresh air. Oh my god. That was 12 hours on a train. I ordered a plant-based kebab salad and an alcohol-free beer. Excuse me and my hat here. Going with the theme of the video, this is also organic. It's the real life feta that I absolutely despise. But other than that, it's really good. I asked for no cutlery for the takeout. Then I went down in the lobby and asked for a regular fork. The next day I decided to look like someone who sells the most pristine radishes while taking the metro to the trade fair. I got my little entry card and then it was just free play all day. Honestly, I'm just so happy that I wasn't a part of a bigger group and I had to follow a program all day. That's often the case when I'm invited to events like this, so I really appreciated the freedom. I started out by sniffing out the pasta, typical Guide Marie behavior. Then I tried these corn-based crisps with salted caramel, and god were they good. I also got to know Champs, which are plant-based candy bars. They had a Snickers bar that was just like I remember Snickers being, but vegan, and the packaging was paper, which made me very happy. See how I'm instantly gravitating towards the snacks? What can you do? Something that caught my eye was a fountain of balsamic vinegar. Low-key, I think this is the funniest thing. It was from the Greek brand awesomeness. In a sea of disposable sample cups, I would find peace. I love that. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. I'm not into the disposables. Yeah. This is way more my pay. Okay, I am seriously considering if I can make room for an automatic pierogi maker. I don't know what it is about these industry-grade machines, but I find them so fascinating. And honestly, I would love to use one, just one time. Secco Sociale makes sparkling wines, but their brand is focused on social and human rights issues as well. So their entire booth was covered in anti-fascism stickers. And I am so sad I didn't take one home because more Frisante, less Nazis is brilliant. There were hundreds of brands represented from all over the world. And this was one of my favorites, New Roots. They make plant-based protein blocks from lentils, as well as fermented cashew cheese. Oh, and fondue, which I have never seen in a plant-based version, so this was incredible. But there's always room for improvement, and especially when it comes to vegan cheeses, right? There's so much that can be done. So whenever I find like something that's I would love to promote and show people that you can get all these amazing experiences with food and all the textures and flavors without using animal products.
What kind of cheese do you get in are you in Copenhagen?
Sorry.
Enjoy. Ricotta with olive oil and thyme and lavender.
That is so fresh. That is so fresh. Cheese heaven! I found a place that I hope is a little bit more quiet than all the other places, but it's really chaotic here, but in a really good way. And I'm seeing a lot of really cool plant-based initiative. A lot of it is plant-based, but bio or organic doesn't necessarily mean plant-based also. So there's also some meat and dairy, which we will just skate right by. But I stopped by New Root, which I didn't know about before this trade fair. And they are doing different kinds of cashew cheeses and cheeses with lentils or lupines. So this is one of the cheeses that they make. Now, I am a vegan cheese hater. I'm very much aware of the fact that vegan cheese needs a lot of work. So whenever I find something that actually works, I'm all for it. And this just feels like the real thing. This has a sharp, cheesy, like an Emmentaler. Usually vegan cheeses lack a lot of texture. And this is just not the case. This is phenomenal. I'm pretty sure that I could fool every single cheese lover with this. And they also do fondue. What is happening? So I don't really think that I can go to a new town or a new city without also going to check out some of its historic buildings. There are also art museums and a natural history museum, and I hope, fingers crossed, that I manage to visit at least one of them. But now I'm just gonna go for a stroll. It's a little bit rainy, but it's okay. But there's something else that I want to talk to you guys about. Organic and bio certifications are just one of the tools in our toolbox when we're talking about making more sustainable food systems. But it's not the only tool in our toolbox, which means that functionally you can't just slap a bio or organic label on your food and go about your day as you usually do. There are so many other things that need to happen as well. And when we look at certain types of foods, they're actually more impactful to the environment when they're organic. One example that comes to mind is grass-fed organic beef, which takes up more water and more land. Organic and bio-certified foods is a great tool in the toolbox, but it's just not the only tool in our toolbox, and we still need to look at what kind of products we're consuming and consume the least of the most emitting or the highest impact foods. I am gonna go about my walk now. So what are some of the other tools in the toolbox? Making the food system more sustainable involves addressing various environmental, economic and social factors. And these are some of the best ways to promote a more sustainable food system. First of all, the plant-based diet is a key factor when it comes to making our food systems more sustainable. We need to see a reduction of animal products in general in order to reduce the impact of our food system, which means that a lot of people should go plant-based and even more people should just reduce the amount of animal products they're consuming. Another tool in the toolbox next to organic farming is regenerative farming. Like crop rotation and no-till farming focus on rebuilding soil health, increasing biodiversity. There's also food waste that we need to consider. Roughly 1/3 of all food produced globally is wasted, which is leading to unnecessary resource use, both land, water and labor, and contributing to greenhouse gas emissions when the food ends up in landfill. Then there is an issue of improving packaging. Now, food packaging doesn't necessarily account for a massive part of the food's overall impact, but it is important to look at how we are using packaging. Overly and extensively wrapping everything up in plastic isn't a smart way to use our resources. Supporting a local and seasonal food system is also really key here. Locally produced food often has a lower carbon footprint due to reduced transportation and storage needs. Eating seasonally can also support local ecosystems and our local economies. Global food systems and agricultural practices also need to adopt more efficient water management practices. Agriculture is one of the largest consumers of fresh water, and many areas are facing water scarcity issues. Sustainable water management practices can help reduce the impact of food production on water resources. We can also look at the reduction of synthetic chemicals used in the food system today. The overuse of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides and herbicides in conventional farming can harm biodiversity, pollute waterways, and lead to health issues for both farmers and for consumers. Sustainable food systems should also consider social sustainability, ensuring fair wages and safe working conditions and community development for workers in the global food supply chain, which means promoting fair trade and ethical practices is also a tool we need to consider. And a lot of this can become a lot easier to implement through government policy changes. We also need to educate consumers and raise awareness. Consumer behavior plays a massive role in shaping the food system, so education on sustainable food choices can help shift demand towards more sustainable options. There are many different tools in our toolbox that can help address the environmental, social, and economic aspects of food production and consumption. And we need all of these tools if we want to build a more sustainable food system that benefits both people and the planet. So back to Nuremberg, because I am living my best life enjoying the sights. I just had the most amazing lunch. I didn't actually think I was gonna get anything for lunch because I've been sampling food at the fair all day. But after walking around for a while, I was actually hungry anyway, so I ended up getting something. And I found this place, which is a vegan Szechuan street-style restaurant. It was delicious. I had dumplings, I had udon noodles. I was happy. So now I want to do something that I usually do when I'm on like small trips like this, is that I'm gonna find an antique store, thrift store. I'm gonna just see what's going on, and if there's anything that's useful to me, something I need, and something that's beautiful. 3 criteria that needs to be fulfilled. I'll bring it home as a souvenir. Getting antiques as souvenirs is just top tier. So it's 10 minutes away. Let's see if it has anything to offer. Boy, did it have anything to offer. Let me tell you, I was fighting for my life the second I set foot into that store. Everything was perfect, and I was severely lacking luggage space. I fell head over heels for these 1920s oil paintings. But there were so many gorgeous pieces. Some were well suited for train travel, which was definitely an aspect that stopped me from buying tons of stuff in there. So I guess the thing is that you never really need art, but at the same time, you always need art. I am rationalizing currently, if you were in doubt. Found this bronze piece supposed to hang on the wall. It's a Belgian artist. I loved it. Loved it. It was gorgeous. So I'll have to figure out whether or not I want to invest in that piece, and they're open tomorrow as well, so I'll think about it, but so I know exactly where I would hang it. Anyway, not something that I need, but something that I need. I know this is a hypocritical stance, but I don't think you can overconsume antiques and art. Don't quote me. It is a new day, and I can tell you so much, my legs are killing me today. So I ended up walking 25,000 steps yesterday because the fair is huge. I was in 2 main rooms or halls, and I thought, okay, that's it. I saw a German room and I saw an international room. And then when I came back and I had to find some of the organizers, I realized that there are 4 times as much as what I saw during my first trip around there. So we have a lot to cover today. Honestly, I was also a little bit skeptical about the world's biggest organic food fair, if I could see everything in 3 hours. I couldn't. Also, I was up so late thinking about that bronze piece, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I really want to. But honest to God, I don't like spending money. But I do love owning art, and those two kind of had to go together. Okay, so we're back at it, this time with a better concept of the extent of the fair. I started out by running into some blue cashew cheese from France.
So what do you think?
Really good. Oh my goodness. It has that sharpness that you're looking for that vegan cheeses often don't have.
Yes, exactly. It's the same ferment you have in Roquefort.
After once again bad-mouthing vegan cheese, I also stumbled into some mango lassi from Sri Lanka and some vegan oyster sauce from Thailand. So today is a lot quieter, which honestly doesn't hurt me one bit. I'm not complaining. Yesterday was really chaotic, and today it's a little bit more chill because it's the last day of the fair. So I'll be able to, as you can see, roam the streets. Stories from the fair, but a lady just yelled at me, "Madame," and I came over, and it's because she wanted to show me a hair removal product that could remove my mustache. I compensated the experience with some Italian wine, some French foie gras, and a Japanese kombucha, some chickpea tofu from Slovenia, cherry juice from Georgia, pistachio cream from Italy, and vegan cheese from Spain. After another glass of wine, this one also from Slovenia, I finally found the Danish brands, where I chatted to some of the businesses I know already, like Umami, Matter, and Plantmade. I use their products on a weekly basis, and it's one of my preferred types of proteins. The last thing I did at the fair was enjoy a glass of apple cider, and then I spoke to a representative from the chocolate company Dune about supply chain transparency. But afterwards, I also decided to call it a day. And I think that's it. We are leaving the fair for this year. I'm going home tomorrow at 9:30. Oh my God, being outside. I'm back at the hotel, and I want to go out for another walk around the city center, also because I want to find vegan currywurst. I have it every time I'm in Germany. It's absolutely fantastic. And I think I know where to go to find it, because I think I saw a place yesterday that had it. I could still eat. It's fine. But before leaving, I want to highlight some of my favorite experiences, specifically based on samples that I now have brought with me back to the hotel. There are also lots of things that I would have loved to sample and take some of home. Things that needed refrigeration, things like cashew cheese. There are so many good options, but I can't do that because obviously 12 hours away. Instead, I want to show you what I am bringing home now that I'm really looking forward to and that I think deserves some love. Starting out with Secco Sociale. They make Prosecco and sparkling wine, but they also have a very strong brand in terms of social responsibility. More Prosecco, fewer Nazis. Loved it. This is turning into a food haul. I hope you can accept that fact. I also have this kombucha. This is the world's best kombucha in 2023. This is only sold in Japan. Also a big shout out to Pump, which is 21 different ingredients in one cider. I love the flavor of these. This was an absolute banger, and I cannot wait to pair this with food. Sourced in Germany from a family-owned business that's been in business for hundreds of years. I got a whole jar of almond butter, and this only has one ingredient. It literally just has almonds. It's going on my porridge. It also has to mention the Champs Bar. These are like vegan Snickers. And also shout out to the fact that this is not some shitty plastic packaging. Shout out to Dune, also because I love saying Dune. 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 Chocolate covered dates. I got a really nice chat with one of their representatives. Supply chain transparency. Also got this little white vegan chocolate spread. This was one of the first things I tried at the fair. It is a green pesto vegan green pesto. So it doesn't have cheese or goat milk, which are often an ingredient in pesto. So I am looking forward to making pasta with this. Also had a mango lassi from Sri Lanka. This is gorgeous. And representing Denmark, I love umami. I use this in my kitchen every single day. These are like bouillon flavor packets. They're all vegan and they have with the truffle, cheese, blue cheese, bacon, beef, chicken and vegetable, all kinds of very intense flavor stocks and bouillons. So honestly, I was this close to just taking a nap and sleeping all afternoon, all evening, all night. I am so tired, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go to Frittenwerk, which has vegan currywurst. We're gonna do that instead. We're not gonna sleep. A nap almost came between me and my currywurst, but this just goes to show that perseverance pays off. Also, the irony of spending 2 days talking about healthy and sustainable food systems and then ending my trip with this dish of all things is not lost on me. Also, a big shout out to the inner city architecture, which surprised and delighted throughout this entire trip. I do love some good classical architecture. I'm not proud of this combination, but honestly I am. It's amazing. All packed and ready to go. Leaving behind some of the samples. I really like these ones, so I hope they'll appreciate. The radish woman is ready to go home now. And actually, although there were more delays on the way back, I was a lot less anxious about making my trains. I was less productive though as well. Basically just played Stardew Valley the entire way home, so there's also that. Welcome back to my living room. It's been a few days since I arrived back home from Germany. Overall, I'm really inspired by this trip, both in terms of what's happening food innovation-wise, as well as motivated to talk more about food, more about gastronomy and our food systems, both in terms of supply chains, but also in terms of how we consumers find ourselves in the middle of all of it. I'm overall just really excited about the opportunity to go, and I hope I will be able to go back next year. So thank you so much to BIOFACH for inviting me to their trade fair. Now, there is one question that we have yet to answer, and it's what happened to that bronze piece. I got it. Isn't it absolutely fantastic? So overall, I like to bring stuff home from antique stores, vintage stores, thrift shops. It's usually stuff like a little tray or a plate or a piece of glass, clip-on earrings, something that I can use every day, something that is functional, something that is small. But this feels like more of an investment, but I am so happy that I went back and got it. I cannot explain how excited I am. So now we just need to find out where to hang it, but I think I already have a good idea, but I will give you guys an update in the next vlog. So until then, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below in the comments what kind of things surprised you most in this video. And also let me know what inspires you in terms of green gastronomy and food content, because I would like to do more. So let me know what would inspire and motivate you to pursue more green habits or more green eating patterns. Let me know how I can help with that. So thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys next time. Take really good care of yourselves. Until then, bye.